good, guys. It's good. Just type a one if you can hear me. Are we loud and clear? Just type a one if you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, type a two. Type a one if you can hear me. Let's go. Just help me with that. Just type a one if we're loud and clear. I'm trying to understand what I have on my supposed to be in a meeting. Realize it's it's getting into. Anyway, it's fine. Let's stream for now. All right. So can you guys see? Can you guys see the screen? All right. Good. Everybody typing one now. Beautiful. All right. So I came late a little bit today. I came, I think, about like 15 minutes before the actual New York Open bell. But we're currently in New York. Just in case you're wondering, I have a trade running on BTC. I've got a trade running on BTC, just in case you're wondering. So this is my BTC trade. I just took this trade like, I think the moment I got on the stream, just like 5 minutes ago, before I got on the stream. Just in case you're wondering. So if you want to take it, you could. I think there's still enough room for this trade to go up. But that's not my main trade for the day. My main trade for the day is going to be coming up, I think, later on tonight. Yeah. I think it's going to be later on tonight. Why is it okay? Why are we getting that? Why are we getting this? Let me know what you guys are trading right now. Just let me know. What are you guys trading? We're going to look at that in a bit. I also will be discussing FOMC. All right. I'll be discussing FOMC. Pretty much like the biggest reason why I came live, actually. Discuss FOMC. I should trade it live as well later on tonight. But only if you have an Access account, you can join Trade Live with me. If you don't have, you can't join. Simple as that. But yeah, I have a BTC. I'm on gold currently. Someone says it's on gold currently. Okay, which is good. I'm on Nasdaq now, looking at Gem 40 and gold, crude oil. All right, that's perfect. But this is the trade I have here. BTC buys on a 50 minutes time frame, hoping the price could go all the way. Actually, hoping price could go to this level here. Just if the analysis plays out perfectly, should go all the way up to this area. Looks clean so far. This was the open of the day. Price, came down during Asian, then went up. London station was above, came down, retested the open of the day, and we obviously had like an entry around here, which is at 2 p.m. All right. So the entry was basically based on volume. So volume coming in there, and we entered right there, and we can see markets actually moving. The risk is, I think, around like 42 points to make 154 points actually. So it looks like a good one, not too bad. From what I also see, the structure looks bearish. If you were to pay close attention, you realize that the structure looks bullish, sorry. All right, so you had shoulders and you guys trade this stuff. So most likely we could get, I don't know if we could get this to the upside, but yeah, if you guys trade that stuff, I think it's also subjective, and maybe we could see that happening. BTC looks nice. Yeah, it does, but still risky. So can't take away the risk from it. I destroyed USD JPY. Okay. Gold might sell. What's your stop loss? You should be asking somebody else. But let me look at gold as well. Let's check out what's happening. Okay, gold is still in a bullish run. Could sell briefly, maybe for retracement. I don't know. But it looks so bullish right now. Yeah, it does. If you trade like trend lines and all the stuff, maybe you zoom out a little bit, correct? And then you have like I don't know if you have like a trend line passing across this high to somewhere down here, right? And this trend line was broken. I think that's like one of the few things I learned when I got into trading the first time. I was told that every time you have something like this, okay, if you have like a market that's moving, lower lows and lower highs, and then lower lows and lower highs, and then it's creating like a low, then it's creating like a high, and then when it's like somewhere it breaks off there, okay, I was told that if this is a trend line, okay, we could pull out a trend line like crossing across these areas, and then if this is a breakout, I was told that if a breakout happens, could come back for retest, and then price could obviously move to this recent high, which is currently this high. So maybe markets would want to go there. But it's like basics I learned, like the first month of me getting into trading. First thing I learned was trend lines. You know, I can't say it was that effective. I really can't say it was that effective, to be honest. Yeah, I think the fun of it is there. The idea that you know trendline breaks, trendline showing you trends and all the stuff. I get the idea, but I didn't really think it was very consistent. At least it wasn't for me, so I didn't really think it was very consistent. But again, still works if you were to look at it in detail. But lately, I just find myself zooming into the charts and just kind of like understand the current price action, and based on volume, then I make decisions based on that. So if you check here, I know for a fact that we have an area here. This is an exhaustion area here. Fine. Okay, so that's our area of interest. Exhaustion resistance level. Price could be retracing off this area. Well, seemingly, if you look left, it can go all the way to somewhere here. Okay, if you look left. So let me put it like that. Okay, it's kind of like a very big level. Okay, so if I put it like this, and then let's reduce this a little bit. Okay, something like that. I'm sure you guys can still see. This whole entire area is exhaustion. All right, price could fall off this level. It could be, I doubt, a change of trend, but it could be most likely like a retracement. Okay, so if it is a retracement, preferably it could be because of oncoming FOMC as well tonight, which I will talk about in a bit. All right, but this is like an impulse move that we've been in most of this morning, especially London, and price is currently up there, which is currently exhaustion. So most likely, if it's going to be retracing, you know what price is going to be doing? If it breaks this level, which is 23.6, right? So you want to watch this level, okay? If this level is broken, if it's taken out, okay, meaning candles are closing underneath this level. Why am I drawing like that? This is okay. This is the level I'm talking about. So if candles start to close below this area, right? Candles closing here, they most likely will come down to this area, and they'll be coming back to Asian session's recent high. Okay, if they do that, which I do think most likely would happen, all right. I'm not against you buying. If you're buying, that's fine. But again, I'm kind of like feeling like candles are starting to close bearish, especially if you look at the recent candle. Let me say the current candle, which is this one here, right? You can see it's bearish, broke the low of the recent candle. Most likely the volume is a little bit bearish, all right. So yes, I'm not against you saying gold is going to buy, but again, you want to know where it's going to do that from, okay? Because you might be assuming it's going to buy. Because you think it's going to buy, doesn't mean it's going to buy right where it is, right? So I think if price would break this level, I think we can look for buys somewhere below here. I think we can look for buys somewhere below here. Would that be the FOMC move? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But if it doesn't break below 23.6, guess what? It might continue moving to 27.0, which is recent New York session's high, somewhere here, right? So we could see that too. But again, I'm down for seeing this exhaustion holding the price for now. Maybe a range. Yeah, maybe a range. If not a range, maybe we could see a further retracement to what's the thing? 61.8. Yeah. I see some of you guys already in buys, which I'm not against. If you're in buys, it's good. Just make sure that you're trading what you're seeing as well, right? But I'll be looking at this level here. Let me show you. I'll be looking at this level, 61.8. My eyes will be on that level. I want to see what price would do around that area. That's like the reality of trend lines. Yeah, I don't really think the concept is very consistent. I get it. I got it the first month I started learning how to trade, but I don't really think it's consistent. Like by consistent, I don't think it works most of the time. Well, I could be wrong, especially that some of you guys use them. I would as well. I don't do that much lately, but yeah, it's subject as well, subject to whether it works for you or it doesn't. But I kind of feel like trend lines. When I used to use trend lines, just some time back, some time really back. Maybe like some time back, some years ago, when I learned trend lines for the first time, rather, some years ago, when I learned how to use them for the first time. I think it's like one of the first few things you learn about the markets. Yeah, because it's public information. It's stuff that even if you go to Google right now, right? If you go to Google like if you go to Google right now, most likely you if you search trend line trend line trading, okay? Well, even if you put trend line trading strategy, everybody's talking about that. Okay? There's videos there about it. There's how to use. I think the most recommended, aside all the videos that you can see, is if you come to baby pips, especially if you're like a new person. You go here and say how to use trend lines in forex. Then you get to understand what a trend line is, and uptrend. And this is stuff that I went through some time way back, to be honest. Uptrend, downtrend, sideward trends, which is kind of like a ranging market. And yeah, they get to explain all that stuff. I don't think that it's so accurate. It's more reason why I don't use it as much. So if you use it, all the best. But personally, I don't think it's that accurate. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, though. Let me know your thoughts. I'm keen to hear your thoughts because I know some of you guys use them, which I do respect. If you use trend lines, I do respect that. Okay, let's look at a different asset. What asset should I look at next? I think I should look at Nasdaq because I know Nasdaq. Someone says, when do you consider taking partial profits? I noticed you take partial profits. Partial profits. When do I consider you take partials? I don't think it's an issue of I don't think it's an issue of just the monetary aspect of it. I think it's the idea of, the amount of points you're risking against the reward. If the reward is, let's say, 100 points and you're already making like 25, right? Guess what? You're already making like, one side out of three, which is kind of like a quarter of what you actually were risking. So I think it's good time. Every time it's like a quarter of what you were expecting to gain back. I think it's a good time to start thinking of taking partials. I do that most of the time myself. But again, I think it's also wise that if you do have a very good skill, you could still be holding. Okay, you could hold until your trade plan plays out. If your skill is that good, especially if you've been in the game for some time, you have a strategy that works. By having a strategy that works, I mean you back tested the same things that you do over and over again are working. They're making you money. I don't see a reason why you should always take partials. All right. Well, you could push your stop to break even. Fine, to protect your trades. Or you could just let the trades run to targets or maybe like, let's say, stops, which is what I do most of the time as well. So yeah, like currently I have a trade on BTC. I don't know if it's in profits or whatever. Yeah, it's in profits actually. I think I spoke about this. I have a trade on BTC here. It's a buy, right? So what I would do to kind of like just make sure that I'm safe, all right? Because right now already, because my gain is like 150 points and we're up around like, I think maybe more than 20 points. Yeah, about like 35 points. That's like already a quarter of what I'm trying to gain back, right? Because my risk here is like 42 points. I have a think about like maybe like 7-8 more points to obviously make back the risk that I'm putting forth on this trade. So I could still start considering taking partials, or I could move this stop to break even, and then the trade becomes stress-free. Right? The only reason why I hate doing this, let me tell you guys why I hate doing this. I've had times where I break even, and then the markets come back to entry, and they shoot back, and I hate that. So what I do is I accept the risk itself from the first point of taking the trade. Then I'm like, you know what, fine. I don't mind losing 42 points. And if 42 points is $400, I don't mind losing that. But I also mind gaining, let's say, $1,500, which is kind of like what I would gain off this trade if it plays out on 1 point. Woo. Look at that, man. We're moving. Yeah. It's a nice trade. But then also there's like an area of interest here. Yeah, there's an area of interest somewhere here, but it's moving right now. It's moving. If this candle can close above this area, I know volume is going to pick up real time. It's going to pick up. We'll have so much volume, I think. Basic trend lines are important too. Yeah, very important, because now you understand how markets move. But let me be honest with you. There's people who are profitable with that stuff. Maybe they have a way they do it. But basic trade line knowledge is not everything you need. to become profitable. Okay, a break of a trend line, retest. You can't be profitable like that. Sadly, you're hearing it for me because I've been through that journey. Maybe if you have a different way you use that stuff, but basic break of a trend line, basic trend line usage, I don't really think is enough value to really become profitable, to be honest. But I mean, you could argue with me, which is fine, which is very fine. It's just based off my own personal experience. Someone says trend lines work. There's a way of trading them, and they offer a good A plus setup. Patience is just what's needed. Well, I get you, Michael. I get you. Probably they work in a certain style according to your usage. But tell me that you use trend lines a lot and you're profitable. I don't think you do use trend lines a lot. All right, because I doubt you to use trend lines alone and become profitable. I doubt that. Yeah. What makes you think BTC is an uptrend? Well, my analysis makes me think so. Nothing else makes me think so. Well, it could be short term, it could be just for now, but my analysis tells me it's in an uptrend. That's why I took a buy. And then we broke off an area of interest, which was this level here. So we broke off that area, came here, we tested it back, and we're pushing up. All right. So the retest was this. Okay. That was a retest. So this retest, I'm hoping if price closes above here, it's gonna shoot the upside. Because if you look left, there's no congestion, so it could go upside. Hopefully that happens. So yeah. I want to learn how to trade from you. There's a master course coming this Saturday. My last educational setup. If you want to learn how to trade from me, it's the only time you could this year at least. Okay. Well, you could join other things thereafter, but I'm not doing any setup like this. I think this year, only one, and then later on, maybe next year again. Kojo uses both trend line and area of interest breakouts. Let me be very honest with you, okay? And I'll be honest with you as a person who interacts with Kojo every now and then, okay? And as somebody who knows him, and as somebody who knows the details to how he trades, okay? Besides what you see him post on his YouTube and everything else that you guys see publicly, all right? Kojo has more to his strategy than what you see. Same thing with what I'll tell you this as well. It's not everything that you think I have to my trading strategy that you see me show you, okay? Because in as much as you would want to really share with people how to make money and how to become better, it's just right that you don't give out everything. You just can't give out everything. You need to leave out something that you can only give out to a few selected people that need it to that extreme, to that extent. He has not given you out the entire strategy. Even if you would say you've watched all his videos, and you've gone through all his whatever that you think you've gone through, he has not given you his full strategy. And that's what will still always keep him in a position that he is of profitability. It's because of that. He's not shared it all to you, much as you might think he has. All right. So that's my honest point of it as a person who interacts with somebody like him. So just know that. Never think everything that's public. Never think that everything that's public is everything that's there. Okay? Never think that way. It's good to give value, but we give value in portions. If we give it all, there's nothing more to it than giving it all. So we're better off giving it all to people who obviously need that value. People who need that value always want to pay for it. People who need that value always want to exchange value. They'll come around and want to pay for something like, hey, I want to learn from you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the details. So I'll pay anything. Fine. I'm going to put this on the table. And when I put this on the table, I'll see the need to give you back what you actually want. So you guys get it like that. So if you want to overthink it and think, oh, whatever, just it's all up to you. All up to you. But yeah, it's good to come here, trade live, show you some trades, and show you a portion to how I trade. Very good, interesting. I like it. I like it too. But I can't obviously give it all in these streams. It's not going to happen. The stuff that you don't see on my charts that I still look at, that I can never really just show on the stream because I respect that stuff. It works for me. Okay, and it's not just supposed to be in public. Okay, so yeah, I hope you get it now. But we have an area of interest here, exhaustion level. Okay, it's exhaustion, big exhaustion. Price could break it from here. We could look for buys if it breaks it from there. This is currently New York sessions open. There's an area of interest somewhere down here as well. Okay, well, which is something like this. Do I think price could correct itself? I do think so. But if we get a breakout, this is still an uptrendy market, which is Nasdaq, right? After this, I'll talk about FOMC. All right, so you guys can actually understand what I will be looking for. All right, so we have like if price would break out from here, 26,175, I think we could look for buys. If well, that is only if candles close outside that area. If candles don't close, I don't think it's gonna happen. Is the stuff going to be at the masterclass? Of course, everything that's paid is everything that's the detail. So can't be anything better than that. Someone says, how do you think BTC won't break the recent high? Okay. Same analysis. I am proud of myself. Okay. Nice. Glad you're proud of yourself. With more time on the charts, you realize that trend lines aren't really that much important because of the experience. Yeah. Couldn't be said any better. With more time that you spend behind these charts, you realize that. Unless if you limit yourself only to that information and you think that it's all to it, well, you could ask the pros of the pros that you think are the pros of the pros around trend lines. The twins, the guys that call themselves the goats, they use trend lines too, but there's more to their strategies than trend lines. But they show a lot of trend lines and stuff. You might think that's I've been around those guys. I interact with those guys, and I've seen what they do. It's not all, so that's all you know. It's stupid to share everything to the public for free. Stupid. Like, why are you being so generous? For what reason? What's the gain in it? I'm not trying to say that everything that's in public is not useful, but I think you're a retard if you're going to share everything you've worked so hard for free. I think you're a retard if you're going to do that. Well, people appreciate value. Fine. Don't give them all. Doesn't make sense to me. It's the same thing as helping somebody entirely. You help only to a certain extent. Well, I'll help you only to this extent. After that, you push yourself to further extent. If you want to, you push yourself. Well, you can't always keep coming back and I'm giving you handouts. Oh, I've got a challenge. I need a 10,000 kwacha. Okay, here. Oh, I've got a challenge. I need 5,000 here. Okay, you can't always be getting handouts like that. It's not gonna happen. Well, if you get the first handout, maybe second handout, which is gonna come maybe freely, whatever the case might be. All right. Then after, work so hard to put yourself in a better position thereafter. All right. Because there's nothing entirely free that's gonna push you from where you are to where you want to be. It's nothing. That's why even YouTube right now, the whole YouTube university, you pick up skills, fine. And you might say today that most of the skills you pick up on YouTube, you could entirely use them and become better at whatever craft. It could be trading, it could be carpentry, it could be whatever it is that you just go on YouTube and search for it. It's the first thing we always do, right? Everybody does that. Oh, I want to learn about finance. I could go to YouTube, check finance books, finance videos. What is interest rates? What is FOMCs? What is employment? How does employment work? Well, how does inflation work? The next thing you realize is there still will be some segments to that information that you might not get in those small section videos. All right. And then you realize that somebody then will tell you, look, if you want the details to all these things, well, maybe you might need to get in contact with me. And then when we extend value, which obviously means paying, then I'm going to give you more to it than what you think it is. Well, most of us shun away when we hear that. We think, oh, this person, let me just stick to this. This is okay. This is okay for me. Well, that's maybe the biggest reason why you still are in the same position, because you were okay with just that. You didn't want to think that there was more to it than just that. So anyway, I hope you guys get the point here. Hope you get a point. Even university courses are not for free. Well, they're not entirely for free. The stuff that universities still teach you that you could still get access to for free. All right? But it's to a certain extent as well. Yeah, anyway, let me stop preaching about that. I hope you get the point. Oh, BTC is retracing, man. It's failing to break this area here. I think it's failing. But maybe it needs a bit of some more time. I don't know, but it's failing. This candle has failed to break here. It's failing. So it's back to the entry here, which is okay. No stress. Let's look at gold. Okay, gold is now okay. Let's take this back. Gold is now retracing as well. High possibility that it's breaking this low. Yeah, look at that. It's breaking actually, but I don't trust this candle for breaking now because it doesn't really have a significant high. The candle equation, so it needs to have a significant high. All right, way back. If I would be scalping, I would take a short right there, put a stop right there, and then just aim for 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, which is down to this area. But I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't do that because equally that will be me trading against a trend. I want to take the trade that will be in line with the trend, which is going to be a bullish trade, which maybe would happen around here. I'm willing to wait for that. Yeah, like I said when I came on the stream, my best trade for the day has not come as yet. I know what time it's coming, and let me show you what time it's going to be coming. My best trade for the day is going to be tonight. It's going to be tonight. My best trade of the day. Always, every other day when today came, I know that it's always been one of my best trades. Okay, why is the time like this? Why is it showing 7 p.m.? Let's change the time here. Yeah, it's going to be tonight at around 8 p.m. I'll be trading FOMC. I'll do it live as well with we have a VIP platform. If you guys are inside, most likely you get it. You get access to live, but few selected from that platform. Because we have like an entire premium group on Discord that has to join this stream first, and then we select a few other guys also from the VIP to join as well. So you guys want to join, you could join either of the two platforms and trade live with me tonight, right? If you have a funded account as well, you could join and we could trade live together, all right? Now, FOMC happens every now and then. I should guess that this should be maybe like the second last of the year. Yeah, the next one is going to be December 10th. So today's FOMC is the second last of the year. All right. The expectations is to reduce the rate by 25 basis points. 25 basis. Gold is still bullish. Yeah. But back it up with your analysis. Don't just say it. Back it up with some analysis. Someone says that's what separates the elite from the rest. I've always believed that no profitable trader can show you everything that's made them who they are. Some things are just meant for the public consumption. Yes, I'm glad you think like that, and I'm glad you actually understand what I mean. You're being the next Jesus by giving free things. I don't think even Jesus gave everything for free. His life costed so much; it wasn't for free. Imagine a whole man giving his life not for free. That wasn't for free. Okay, well, it wasn't for free because his life is actually more expensive than what you think. Life in itself is precious, so if you're gonna just give it away, it's not for free. You trade in a cost of you having that life for these people who obviously will get it for free because they just have to believe in you. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, FOMC tonight. My overall expectation, guys, is they'll keep rates cut. They'll cut rates. They won't keep them the same. They won't hike them. They'll reduce rates, which is very good. Quite interesting. Why? Because if you look at inflation as well, you realize that inflation has been stabilizing at least this year. All right. If you go check out, let's go on YouTube. Now let's go on Google here. What is the inflation? Not in Zambia. Should be in Zambia. It's crazy. 12%. Imagine. 12% in September. That was inflation in September. That's the craziest point inflation can be. You know, inflation's target for every economy should be kept to at least close to 2%, right? Because the higher the inflation, the higher the cost of living. You guys know that, right? So if inflation is like 12%, it's like 10% above its standard position that it's supposed to be in for us to be deemed as having a reduced cost of living. That means the cost of living in Zambia is very high. All right? Against the purchasing power of the currency we have, which is the kwacha and whatever the case might be. But again, if you check the inflation rate in the USA, as of today, check it out. It's 3%. Okay, but let's say in 2024, which is last year, all right, 2024's inflation was around 2.9, all right. But I think we started off 2024. Let's say 2024 January. Okay, 2024 January. We started off at 3.1%. Okay, so now currently 2025 October, um, we're sitting at 2.9. Okay, but again, if you check out inflation reports, let me use this trading economics. There's okay, I could see the detail here. Add more. No. That's not what I'm supposed to do. That wasn't it. Okay, this is okay. It's fine. This is different inflation for the changes as of inflation. Okay, this is now for like last year and stuff. This is no, this is this year actually. Last year, okay, last year combined with this year. So December was sitting at 2.9%. Then we went to like 3%, right? And then we went to like 2.8, all right? Inflation reduced from February all the way down to around July. No, I think all the way down to like June, July, all right? Then it started increasing from June, going to the upside to currently, this is what? This is like October, November. I mean, this is like, yeah, October, November, September, currently, around like 3% right now. We could say inflation is so high in America currently. But guess what? Our own is like 12%, so that's not like the craziest it could be. But still, this is deemed high because expected inflation should be around like 2%. Every time inflation goes up, rates reduce. So there's no two ways about rates being reduced today. I hope you guys get it. And I hope I'm helping you understand what is happening in the markets tonight. Inflation goes up, interest rates have to reduce to curb inflation. All right. But guess what? Even though interest rates have to go down, and everybody deems interest rates to be kind of like when they're reduced to be like a negative, like a negative factor for the dollar. Yeah, presently in that moment should be fact. Okay, meaning assets like gold should go up, and assets like XXX USD should go up. Right, good, because we're selling the dollar. Right, everybody expects that. That is not a long-term impact. Okay, because the long-term impact could be different. The long-term impact could be that the dollar instead is not losing value, it gains value. Why? Because that would be them curbing down inflation. I've done this, guys, for the last couple of years. I understand my fundamentals perfectly. Perfectly. I understand my fundamentals perfectly. Someone says BTC is going down. Really? Yeah. But I wasn't so high on risk on that asset. Yeah, it's back to the entry. Wasn't so high on risk on this asset. My best trade is coming tonight for the day. This one, nah. Because it failed to break this area. Most likely that's why it's going down. But it's still above today's open. So two things could still happen. The two things could be that the first thing is, well, maybe we're coming here, doing that, and we could do that and push. Or maybe we could come down and do this and that and then push. Right? All the same, I think this market is going to go up eventually later on today. Right, so just be on the lookout for that, especially with the fundamentals that I'm just discussing right now with you guys. And if you just find the right spot to make your execution, most likely you should get it. You should get it. Ask me some questions around interest rates. At least it has reduced. Yeah, I'm learning. Nice. Gold is selling. Yeah, temporarily, I think, not long term. It's gonna buy later on today. I'm just telling you what should happen, right? So don't get it twisted. It's going to buy later on today. At 8 p.m., gold is going to buy briefly. There's going to be a very good spike at 8 p.m. Well, I don't like trading that spike because, sometimes that spike would go down first before it goes up. So I don't really like trading that spike. Personally, I trade the FOMC press conference. You see this press conference here? When the chairperson starts to speak of the Central Bank of the United States, the guy is called Powell. When he starts to speak, my biggest focus is he hawkish or is he dovish? By hawkish is any of what is in his statement more positive correlated, or is it any way negative correlated? All right, because whatever he says, people trade sentiments. People trade based on their beliefs. Right, and if everybody has the same belief system about whatever he's saying as it being deemed negative, everybody trades based off that. Okay, so I've got a very good interpretation skill around fundamentals, especially when he's speaking and whatever he's saying. So I like to trade during that time. Most likely I'll be trading around that time. So I don't take trades at 8 p.m. for FOMC. I rather take trades around 8:30, which is 20:30, 20:31, 20:35, 20:40. It's subjective. It's only based on what he says. If he comes out more positive, I take. If he comes out more negative, I take trades. So, yeah, what's your take on NAS? Okay, let's go back and check out what's happening on NAS. Hope you guys are picking something here, though. Yeah, Nasdaq is still bullish. Still is bullish. Yeah, still is bullish. We're waiting to see a break here. I don't think I'll take it. I'll wait for FOMC. Today I'll just wait for FOMC. Even the trade I took on BTC, okay, I wasn't sharing my screen. Here's it. I don't think I'll take the trade even if it breaks here. I'll wait for FOMC. I'll wait for FOMC. Can't see your chart. Now it's here. Someone says, what do you think of order flow trading? Is it more effective than price action using candles? Well, it is effective, but I kind of feel like it's just too complicated for nothing. Effective is a very good word, but it's complex, especially for a lot of let me not say a lot of you, let me say a lot of us. It's just too complicated. I'd rather you learn a simple trading strategy like the one I do obviously teach. I'd rather you learn something simple that is effective, because then the amount of time that it's going to take you to get a trade or find a trade opportunity won't be too lengthy, but still you'll use the most effective way to get those trades. Then if you're going to get one trade, you have to go in a lot of zigzags first and figure out maths and do a lot of calculus, and I feel like if you're going to go through all that, it's just so complicated for nothing. And don't forget, a lot of you guys, no, let me not say a lot of you guys, it's going to be an insult if I say it like that. A lot of us are not that smart, okay? A lot of you and me is not that smart. We're not too smart for trading. And we have to understand that in the first place, that we're not too smart. We're not smart enough, okay? Yeah, we're smart to an extent, but not too smart to always calculate things and always just get things to the T to ensure that we make it out. Just learn something simple, use that simple craft. As long as it's effective, it's profitable, use it long term and see where you end up. All right. So this Saturday, you're seeing what's running on the screen. We're gonna be doing an educational setup called a master torch. Everybody learns, we put everybody in one platform. And I announced something the other day. I should post a very good announcement as well. I think maybe later on I'll do a video and post it. The beauty about you joining this particular course is everybody who's going to get in gets a guaranteed, I'm going to use this word guaranteed opportunity to get funded by me. Okay, so it's more or less of you just coming to learn a skill, and then that's it. It's more of you learning a skill, and after you learn the skill, you prove to me that you really got it. Once I'm helping you get it, okay? Because you see, I think sometimes we learn things and we don't really get them right, and then we just push them in the trash and be like, okay, this doesn't work and stuff. But if I'm gonna say, look, learn this skill, fine. You get inside, learn the skill, I'll give you everything. Give me a track record of at least a month or two of the trades you've been taking using the same exact style. I'm gonna fund you, guaranteed. So it's gonna be moving from one person to the other. The funding amounts will differ. Others will get $1,000. Of course, we're gonna be splitting profits, me and you, with time. Others will get like $500. Others will get like $100. Others might even get more, depending on how good you are. Okay, but how good you are also comes down to how quick you are at learning this skill. Okay, because fine, you're registering for master course, you're learning the skill, but can you still apply that stuff? All right, with my help, of course. If you are somebody who's good at getting concepts, can you still apply that stuff? If you can apply it, I have no problem funding you, because then I see the benefit of doing that. Okay, I think Nasdaq is about to break here. This candle is closing in a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes. This one here. Yeah. Okay, gold here just broke. Yeah, trust gold to go down briefly. I think from here. Trust gold to go to maybe this area here. Okay. Yeah, from what I see, this could happen. And then BTC, ooh, came all the way to my stop. Hey man, crazy, crazy. Yeah, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I think it's rejecting this level. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe not. Yeah, but let's look at this. I didn't take that trade with you guys on stream. I took it before I came on stream here. But let's see what if we can get a trade here. I doubt taking it myself though. Just giving you guys trade ideas, free trade ideas. I'm only waiting for FOMC. But if this candle breaks here and you're looking for trade opportunities on Nasdaq, just simply look to buy. Simply look to buy there. Put your stop below there. Then you can have a TP of something like that. Ooh, impulse execution right now still is a good thing to do. Still is a good thing to do. Yeah, I think so. There's volume already. Markets seem to be in motion. I think they could move. Do you know much about annuity? No, I don't know much about that. Master Torch, how do I join? There's a link in the description. Just check. How do you go about compounding and upping a lot size? Just do the same thing every day. That makes you profitable. The more times you do them, maintain the same loads for start of it. When your equity grows, so does your load size as well. And then it also has to grow gradually. You can't just move from $500 to $600 and just switch a load size because you moved from 5 to 600. It's like you move from $100 account to quickly you make extra $50 profit. You are using 0.01. Now you want to use 0.02. Doesn't make sense. It's just you set up for failure like that. A lot of you guys do that. Knowing when to increase your lot, very important thing. Very, very important. You can't just increase your lot for the feeling of it because I feel like this trade is going to play out perfectly. You don't do that. Well, because he says it's going to play out. You don't do that. So I think you increase your lot gradually, depending on how profitable you are getting and how your equity is growing in relation with your trading strategy. If your strategy is working, it's not about one trade and it's a good run. It's about multiple trades. You check at the end of the month, all the trades you took, is your account moving from where it is to plus something, or is it moving from where it is to negative something? If it's moving from where it was to plus something, it means you have a good trading strategy. Just keep doing the same thing, keep doing the same thing, keep doing the same thing. As your equity grows, you can be increasing your load size. That's basically what I do, guys. Been doing that for the last couple of years. No matter what kind of account I'm trading, I always started off trading it with a low load size first. Unless I'm just doing these home runs that I do from time to time, where I'm just like day trading and quickly I want to make 1,000, quickly I want to make fine. But if I'm looking at trading to compound over time, most case scenario is I will be starting off with a very small lot, and it's going to be building up over time. Okay. Yeah, so Nasdaq is moving there. If you took it, hopefully you're good. I think there's lots of volume. It's moving. I hope you guys got the FOMC idea, right? Rates most likely are going to be cut. Wait for the press conference later on around 8:30. The press conference is always on FOMC, on the Fades channel. The Fades channel. They have a channel on YouTube. You go, you can see this, right? So if you go here where it says upcoming, you see here it says FOMC press conference. When you click here, guess what opens up? Okay, I didn't want this to open. Okay, showing me there's no link. Where is the link? Should be here. Yeah, source. So when you click that, this opens up. This opens up. And then while you are here, well, in fact, the easiest thing you can do, right? Let me not show you all this complexity. The easiest thing you can do is go to YouTube, right? And just search for Fed Chairperson Powell live. Okay, he's not live right now. No, he's not. And you can look for the Federal, yeah, they search for Federal Reserve. So Federal Reserve has a page on YouTube channel, you call it, and then when they're live, you see it here. It'll be something like this. It'll be something like this. It's gonna be Powell speaking. Okay, where is Powell? Where is Powell here? Yeah, it's gonna be Powell speaking like this. Yeah, same thing, repetition, every time. Just know how to get it right. Same thing, repetition. Please. So what's this person saying? Okay, I get what you mean there. I get what you mean. Nasdaq is going up. Yeah, I think I explained a short analysis for that too. Yeah, it's up already. Free trades, just like the caption says. You want them, you take them. You don't want them, don't take them. So I'm sure you guys saw that we looked at this. Free trades. I mean, some trades right now. Should I close before FOMC news is out? It's up to you, man. If you want to, you could close. If you don't want to, you could let them run. Comes down to your risk. Comes down to where you entered. Some trades you could swing throughout FOMC. I'm not so patient like that. Yeah, I'd rather not trade close to FOMC. Trade during FOMC. Yeah. Guys, I'll be leaving here, right? If you want to trade FOMC, like I said, live with me, just hit me up on Telegram right now. And then I'll send you a link, like a Zoom link. So you could join in around 7, around 8. Okay, 7 p.m. actually, not even 8, 7 p.m. And then we can trade live together. If you want to join, right? So just hit me up and then I'll add you guys to the platform. Don't forget, we're doing a master torch. It's running here. We have a few, no, it's not 6, I think they're called slots. Saturday. This is not only one day, okay? It's not a one-day training. It's ongoing. I won't mention how long. Everybody knows who's going to join. It's ongoing for some time, okay? And then it's going to be very conducive. It's online, it's virtual, very conducive, whether you have a day job, whatever the case, whether you're so busy, you get recordings, whether you don't have time, well, you obviously will get it. So properly timed as well. So you guys can obviously get inside for that. Should be the cheapest course you're doing this year. If you want to, get in, we'll see you inside. Meantime, if you want to trade live, you guys hit me up, I'll add you in the platform. So we have a BTC trade that I think hit a stop. But that's a trade I took myself. And then we have a Nasdaq trade that's running profits right now. And then we have a gold trade. Oh, it's back around this area. Yeah. But my main trades is going to be tonight. So if you want to trade live with me, you know where to find me. Guys, I'll see you. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Trade safely.